Okay, let's have some fun. This was Big Brother 28, episode 18. Emily Barrett and Chuck are on the block. Got my notes here. And on here, it showed that Taylor, Camus, and Lala were bonding. So that's Taylor, Camus, and Lala. So they were having good talks. Everybody's in huddles. And everybody that's on the block is feeling blindsided. Emily feels blindsided, so does Barrett and Chuck. Chuck thought he was close with Lala. Now, Chuck goes and has a talk with Lala in the HOH room, and while she's explaining herself, he leaves a comment in the Big Brother room that an offhanded remark of calling her an old lady. He says, I don't know about this old lady, and she's in. Yet he was mad because she put him up, and he was trying to discuss to her about that, and she was explaining her, and it cuts in, and that's when he calls her an old lady. So I said, I don't know how close he really thought he was, or if he was just not telling the truth. But I thought that was kind of cold-hearted to say that. Just called her an old lady, even though she is an older woman, just the way he said it. So they really weren't as close as he thought they were. So Emily kept accusing Angela of voting differently from what she wanted in her head of household time. And this is why Dee and Devin keep Angela at a distance, because Angela broke down and told Dee that they had got together and plotted to vote a different way after she thought that they were going to vote the way that she wanted, which was to keep Lyric and vote out Melody. And speaking of Melody, who was she locked up with? Our astrophysicist young lady. They did the prize and the punishment. So they both were dressed up as still dressed up as the Adam and Eve, and Drew loves it. Next, I'm on the right page here. Yeah. So Emily kept accusing Angela. Angela confessed to Emily about the vote. And then Angela felt like she had to tell Haley. She tells Haley. Haley tells Chuck. And Angela also tells Camus. No, Angela also tells Dee and Devin what she did. And that's what I was saying before. They can't let Angela know too much of all of their plans, because Angela just naturally blows things up. It's just her personality. So she ends up telling what happened, and Camus was playing like a little imp. She was getting ready to tell more about what she did, and somewhere along the way, Camus got a chance to go and get Emily and Chuck, and he brought Chuck in, and they ended up listening to the conversation that Angela gave. Well, Emily just stayed on a mean girl streak, and she was genuinely mad. So this leads on into the veto time, and Camus and Dee were picked to play in the veto game. They went back to August 13th, 1977. Now that is my heyday, and that's the time of the Star Trek movie, the Star Wars movie, disco. It was just a magical time for myself, as well as the 80s and 90s. But the 70s actually really kicked it off. all of us baby boomers were out there on the floor trying to shake our thing. Do your groove thing, do your groove thing, yeah, yeah. Who did that? Peaches and Herb. Okay, yeah. And then after that, they did the game, and it was a good game too because it was dealing with the lighted dance floor and dancing on them. And it reminded me of the days when I was at a club that had a lighted dance floor. And those things were just absolutely magical back then. I don't know why they don't have as many of them as they used to, but people would get on those things and you could look like, death run over, but you would you would look good under those flashing lights under the floor. And so yeah, that brought back a lot too. So they had to play the competitions where they danced on the floor, and it did good. It looks like for a moment Barrett was going to win. He was one of the ones picked. It was Barrett and Dee were picked. Dee lost. Barrett almost won, and Chuck almost won, but it boiled down to Camus. He won. They were all happy for Emily, Barrett, and Chuck because they thought that Camus was with them. Camus, from the beginning, wasn't going to be with them because he's made his point to go with the winning team. And the team that he was on before, which included those three, he just decided he was just going to go ahead and go with his new team here of Dee, Devin, Angela, and Dee, Devin, and Angela. Yeah. And then another thing too, there was a heated argument after that too. Emily, well, they once Angela told that, it ended up the whole house having meetings about the way the vote went down because everybody was trying to figure out how did that happen, that they voted for the wrong person that Emily felt was the wrong person. And so Emily messes up and tells everybody that Angela was the one that told her that Dee was also involved. And they were all in there, and Angela just flipped out. Angela said, she's lying, because she was. Emily was lying. I told you, Emily is a mean girl. And she's a woman scorned for really no reason. And so this flipped Angela into her beast mode. And Angela and Emily is so mean. I had to give it to her. It didn't even bother her. She's like, well, I lied. But she just wanted to trigger Angela, because Angela was going to confess to what she did, but Emily just wanted to add some icing on it. She told me, Dee, that you said that and all that, and that sent Angela flying. So, well, anyway, getting back to the fact that Camus has won, and his teammates were all talking with him, and he was telling them that he might not use it on his team that he was with. And he had no intentions of using it, but he tried to smooth it over like peanut butter and jelly. And so he told them that, and they started realizing, I don't think he's going to take one of us off the block. And Barrett was happy because he didn't want to go. Well, no, not Barrett, but who was it? Someone else was happy that he wasn't going to do it. And Barrett knows he's in good condition. He knows the target is either Chuck or Emily, but they got one more veto to go, and that's tonight. So I'm getting this out here today so you can see it. But yeah, this was a great episode. Camus won the veto in the 1970s. It was nice looking at that environment on Big Brother. They did a good representation of it, and I enjoyed it. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back to see what the rest of this is happening on the episode coming up. All right. Well, you have a good one. Once again, it was fun. Take care.